Once upon a time, in a small town nestled deep within the woods, there was a young girl named Lily. She lived with her parents in a quaint cottage, surrounded by towering trees that whispered eerie secrets in the wind. The townsfolk often spoke of strange occurrences and unexplained disappearances that plagued the area, but Lily's parents dismissed them as mere superstitions. One fateful night, as the moon hung ominously in the sky, Lily awoke to the sound of scratching at her window. She cautiously approached, her heart pounding in her chest. As she drew back the curtains, she was met with a pair of glowing, bloodshot eyes staring back at her. A shiver ran down her spine, and she quickly closed the curtains, hoping it was just a figment of her imagination. But the scratching persisted, growing louder and more insistent. Lily's parents were fast asleep, oblivious to the eerie sounds that filled the night. Gathering her courage, she decided to investigate the source of the disturbance. She tiptoed down the creaky stairs, her footsteps barely audible against the howling wind. As she reached the front door, a gust of wind blew it open, revealing a dark, foreboding forest beyond. Lily hesitated for a moment, contemplating whether to venture into the unknown. But something compelled her to step outside, her curiosity overpowering her fear. The moon cast an eerie glow on the twisted branches, creating grotesque shadows that danced menacingly on the forest floor. Lily followed the sound of the scratching, her heart pounding in her ears. The deeper she ventured into the woods, the more the air grew thick with an unsettling presence. Suddenly, she stumbled upon an old, dilapidated cabin hidden amongst the trees. The scratching seemed to emanate from within, beckoning her closer. With trembling hands, she pushed open the creaky door, revealing a dimly lit room filled with cobwebs and dust. As her eyes adjusted to the darkness, Lily gasped in horror. The cabin was filled with cages, each housing a different creature. Some were grotesque and deformed, while others appeared to be trapped souls, their eyes filled with despair. The scratching sound was coming from a cage in the corner, where a skeletal hand reached out, desperately clawing at the bars. Lily's heart went out to the imprisoned creature, and she knew she had to set it free. With trembling hands, she fumbled for the key that hung on a hook nearby. As she unlocked the cage, a sense of dread washed over her. The creature emerged, its body contorted and twisted, its eyes filled with a hunger that chilled her to the bone. Before Lily could react, the creature lunged at her, its sharp claws tearing through her flesh. Pain seared through her body as darkness enveloped her vision. The last thing she heard was the creature's sinister laughter echoing through the cabin. Days later, Lily's parents discovered her lifeless body in the woods, her face etched with terror. The townsfolk whispered of the cursed cabin and the creature that dwelled within. From that day forward, no one dared to venture into the woods, for fear of awakening the horrors that lurked in the shadows. And so, the small town remained haunted by the memory of Lily, a young girl who had fallen victim to the darkness that consumed her. The scratching at the windows continued, a chilling reminder of the horrors that lay just beyond the safety of their homes.